Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about why mixed people are not black and why I am talking about this subject. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to read this article to you. Um, and as you can see, you see a picture of a mixed race woman in the picture. And the article starts off, it says, the fair-skinned black actress who refused to pass in 1930s Hollywood. When Duke Ellington and his band toured the segregated South in the early 1930s, they encountered racism wherever they went. A gorgeous black performer also traveled with the band, Frederica Freddie Washington. Lithe and light-skinned, she was pale enough to pass as white in color in the color-obsessed South. And during the tour, she took advantage of her skin color to slip into whites only ice cream parlors and buy ice cream for the entire band. Now, if I was a part of that tour, part of that band, and I'm black, I would have told her white ass, white mixed ass, you could go in there and get some ice cream on your own, but don't bring me back none of that racist ass ice cream. I don't want none of that racist ass ice cream. That's one thing I never understood is why were black people in those days wanting to eat in places or eat out of places from people that hated them? Like, don't bring me none of that shit back. I don't want none. I'm good. It says Washington may have used her skin color to procure cool treats on the road, but she refused to use it for economic or social gain. During a time of harsh segregation and overwhelming bias against African Americans, she embraced her heritage. And while other actresses of Hollywood's golden age, like Mare Oberon, who was Anglo Indian, and Rita Hayworth, who was Spanish American, hid their features as the price of admission to white Hollywood, Washington refused to hide behind her light skin. Born in Savannah, Georgia, Washington moved to Harlem along with her family during the Great Migration, when black families fled the Jim Crow South in search of a new opportunities in northern cities. The daughter of a postal worker and a dancer, Washington had green eyes and light skin that belied the era's common expectations of what an African American looked like. Of course, because she's not an African American. Like, why does she only have to be labeled an African American? That is racist as hell. Like, she's not an African American, so of course she's not gonna look like a 100% African. Matter of fact, she don't look like an African American at all. To me, she's like a 100% white woman. Just looking at the picture. But why do they act like it's such a surprise that she don't look like an African American? I mean, come on now. Washington knew that regardless of her looks, the era's construction of black race as belonging to anyone who had even a drop of black heritage meant she would always be considered African American by white audiences. Now, do you see how racist that is? And you really believe that they told us that a mixed person is black because we're more dominant when they saying even a person that has a drop of black is considered black? Come on now, you know that's not more dominant than 99% white. So you know that that's a lie by white scientists. It don't even make sense. You mean to tell me you 1% white, 99% black? I'm sorry. You're 1% black and 99% white and you're black? Because that 1% is more dominant than that 99%. That don't even make sense. Come on now. Let's use our common sense here. It's racist as hell. Now, let me go back to where I was at. Now, it says, I'm going to go back. It says the era's construction of black race as belonging to anyone who had even a drop of black heritage meant she would always be considered African American by white audiences, unless she simply passed as white. Racial passing allowed black Americans. Now that's racist as hell. Come on now. Why do a mixed person have to be considered a black American? That's racist as hell. It says racial passing allowed black Americans to sidestep racism faced by black people and claim the privilege of whiteness in public spaces. So basically mixed people had to just claim that they were white so that they didn't have to face the same racism that black people had to face. And the practice, writes historian Robert Fix Jr., was seen by many African Americans as a way of outwitting the system of oppression and making laughable fools of those who countenance notions of white racial purity and supremacy. But it also alienated people from others of their culture. A black woman who passed might be considered white, but she ran the constant risk of losing her privilege once it was discovered she was really black, and of being shunned by black people once they learned she was claiming whiteness. Now that's racist as hell. Either way how it go, she can't claim both sides. Not just this woman in particular. This happens with mixed people all over the world where if if they claim they black, then let's say they look like they're a white person. If they say that they're black, then they have to deal with being told by a white person that, oh, okay, you're black. If they say that they're mixed, if they tell a white person that they're mixed and they look white, then now that white person is going to tell them that they're black. And if they tell a black person that they're mixed, now that black person is also going to tell them that they're black. There's no way around them being able to claim both sides of what they came from. You came from a white history and you came from a black history. And you have a white parent and a black parent. You get some of both of that history ingrained within you. Why aren't you able to claim both sides? That's racist as hell. Now, it says instead of turning her back on her race, Washington reveled in it. She immersed herself in the growing Harlem Renaissance, during which her neighborhood turned into a cultural oasis and a hotbed of African Americans' artistic production. Already a talented singer and dancer, she became a chorus girl, then an actress, traveling to Europe and starring in stage productions in New York. She also performed with Duke Ellington's band and had an affair with the married musician. Now, I feel like the only reason, this is the thing right here. Black people were trained to call everybody that says that they have a 1% drop of black, and that training was done by our oppressors. They did this training by back in the day when they had slavery. They would have the mixed house slaves working in the house, and they would put the dark skinned slaves or the 100% black slaves out in the field. So when that's an automatic teaching right there, that they're training you uh that that mixed person or that light skinned person is better. So of course, as a black person, they want good things within their race. So when they say that that mixed person is automatically black, that makes the person, the black people in the race, automatically feel that that makes our entire race better because we've been trained this since slavery, that the lighter you are, the better. So that's why black people are constantly grabbing at everybody, trying to include them in our race because we think that that makes us better. And they have had scientists, like I've already mentioned before, study the minds of black people, and not only black people study the minds of everybody. They have all of us trained. They even have their own trained. And I'll tell you exactly how they have their own trained. They basically with the whole I mean, I know now they training black women to date white men too. But let's just start with one of the first set of training when they trained black men to chase white women. They did this with the old trick of basically telling you you can't have something for so long to make you want it. So by telling the black man he couldn't have the white woman, that made him feel like it was a prize, something to get, some kind of possession to win. That was a training that was done so that black men could go procreate with white women. And then not only that, when I say they got their own train, black men also think that the white man is mad when he go date a white woman, which the white man a lot of the times is because he's trained to think that way so that they could keep the cycle going. Because by that white man getting mad that the black man is with the white girl, that keeps the black man chasing after the white girl. It keeps the whole cycle going. They thinking that they making this man mad. They have us all mind fucked. We're seriously mindfucked to do exactly as they want us to do and move exactly as they want us to move. It's nothing that we're doing out here is because that's just how we want to move. They have us trained. Can't you see that? If you really pay attention, you really want to see where the hate come from? Because now that they see that the destruction that is done to our race got us all whited out, mixing with all these people. That's why they want us confused because they don't want us to understand who we are because they want us to keep mixing our bloodlines. They don't want us to just start sticking with each other. You want to see a white person get real mad? Let you and your wife, you and your black wife, you're a black man and you're a black woman. Let you and your black wife go out in public together and start going places together. Go hang out. Let you and your black wife go hang out with a group of your white friends. Watch all the hate gonna come your way. You better not show up with a group of your white friends with a black wife. You better show up with that white woman because then they know that you think they're more superior. If you show up that with that white woman, they know that you think of them as more superior. But if you show up with a black woman, they know that you're confident in who you are and you know who you are and you love who you are. And that makes them feel lower. If you really want to know what's up, that stuff that they was doing back then, that trick ain't even barely damn working on damn on the white man no more because he see every time damn the black man go get with a white woman, he start looking lost and confused out this mug. Look at Kanye West. Ever since he got with Kim, it's like he lost his mind. Come on now. And guess how look how cool Trump was with Kanye, but look how much Trump hated LeBron because LeBron has a black wife and black kids. But he was ready to sit down at the table with Kanye because he knew Kanye was a fool and didn't know who he was as a man. Okay, and I just had a couple of more things that I want to add on to what I was already saying. So, the main point that I'm trying to get at here is mixed people are not black. Our oppressors have given us the false compliment that having black DNA is more dominant. The reason for them telling us this, even if it is a tiny bit true, is so that they can have an excuse not to claim mixed people and to confuse us while empowering themselves. Our oppressors hate black people so much that they don't want anyone mixed with black to acknowledge they are 50% white, 75% white, 40% white, whatever the percent is, they don't want them to acknowledge it. They also want to be able to hide their shame in all of the raping of the slaves that occurred and created plenty of mixed babies. But the biggest reason is because they want to keep us confused about who we are. The average black person is willing to claim anyone as black. Why do we have to be the ones to claim a mixed person when they are only 50% black or less? I don't know about you all, but black people have been lied to a lot by white scientists. So I tend to follow what makes sense instead of the white man's science. Mixed people complexion and hair texture is more close to a white person's than a black person's, or you can clearly tell it's half and half. If you just think about the mixed people you know, I hardly know any that have a brown complexion or kinky hair. You can clearly see that the white side is also prevalent. It is also racist to tell a mixed person that they don't have the right to claim that they are both white and black. They shouldn't just automatically be labeled as black. I hear black people all the time forcing the racism that our oppressors taught us onto mixed people by telling mixed people that they are just black. I have a question, black people. Do we hate ourselves that bad that we have to try to make everyone black? They taught us this so that we can feel more comfortable about mixing our seed and seeing it as a good thing. They want to white us out and keep us from awakening to who we are. Mexicans are Mexican, and that's no problem. Puerto Ricans are Puerto Rican, that's not an issue. Whites are white, Asians are Asian. So why does black people have to claim anybody and everybody? We don't, and it's time we stop. Try taking your black ass over to an Asian person and saying you're Asian because you are mixed with Asian. They will quickly tell you that you are not, or you are mixed, but not just Asian. They're not gonna just let you start 100 saying you're 100% Asian because you're mixed. Come on now. I had a black person tell me one of the most confusing things. He told me that when he was a kid, he used to want to be dark skinned, but he wanted to have light skinned kids because he don't want them to get bullied because because he himself was bullied in school even though he light skinned. Huh? I was totally confused. And that's no shade to light skinned black people because you are no less black than a dark skinned person. I don't believe in pitting light skinned black people against dark skinned black people. That is what our oppressors did to us long ago to divide and conquer. We need to stop this racist narrative that mixed equals black. The only people that benefits from this narrative is white people. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.